Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. This time, we have finally cleared the Extreme Ifrit Conquest stage with 3 stars. This also took literally forever, and probably a million runs, and a little bit of headbanging into my wall, into my desk, into the mic, into my phone, into the nearest closest hard object that would hurt my head and make me wonder why I'm even trying this. So, all of the other Conquest stages, minus Milim, can be beaten with decent luck and a decent team. Obviously, that applies to the Milim stage and Ifrit as well, but there are not a lot of subs that you can use to clear this. If you do not have Soe, and you do not have Water Rimuru, I got bad news for you. You can certainly try, and I'm sure someone out there has done it without those 2 units, but not having at least Rimuru to deny the ult at least 1 turn is going to probably murder you faster than anything else in this game. Because this guy, I think he ults like 5 times in 6 turns, something stupid like that. Unless you deny him, and then it's 4 turns or 4 times in 6 turns, and 3 of those are buffed with his attack and his his crit damage. The stage is brutal, and it is not a stage that you can expect to go in and just kind of double buff yourself and wipe, because 1, Milim or any of the other protector units do not give you extra points. And 2, you were spending so many points on healing, on ult denying, on orb changing, on guarding, that you very rarely do you have enough to even use a single buff with all 3 ults. So I would not go into the stage expecting to pop Space Rimuru and Wind Milim and be like, okay, we're gonna triple nuke you and you're gonna be out of here. That's not how the stage works. We got incredibly lucky on the first 2 turns. We were able to orb change that whole hand of green to get a good stockpile of skill points and the Milim guard. So we've taken 1 ult already. I believe we have denied this one, thank God. 40 points, it's a very powerful skill, which is why Water Rimuru ranked highly on my tier list that went out a couple days ago. But denying 1 ult is great. But, as you can see, that ult did 4,600 damage. I believe my Water Rimuru is 88? 84? Somewhere around there. He is not a base level. He is an AoE, and you can see how much crap damage that is. We have yet another ult coming. We have guard up, which is fine. But even with the guard, his boosted ults do stupid crazy damage. And there are times where if you don't have a good team, like if my Dragon Milim was not level 100 with 6-star gear, she would probably get wiped right here if we didn't heal. Now, shout out to, again, my Discord group for assisting me with this run. Most of the Extreme Conquest runs that we have done, or that I have done with my Discord group. If you want to get in on some of that action, link is in the description to join the Discord. I have no qualms about you guys using the voice chat for your own extreme runs. A lot of people would love to help you out there, and they have helped me out. They will help others out. They're a very good group of people, and I appreciate everything that they do for them, that they do for me and the server. So with that taken care of, this hand sucks. Absolutely sucks. So we're just kind of discussing our best option to go about this, because we can get a Milim ult right here, or we can go for skill points. But we can't do, well, we can do both actually. So we're going to get a Milim ult, we're going to get 20 skill points, we can almost get the protection meter again. Really unfortunate that we cannot get it, because I believe it runs out, next turn. Alright, so Dragon Milim took half her health right there, or half her remaining health, and then the follow-up attack, thank Jeebus, it went to Soe. So, again, not a great hand. But we're going to flip out. I think we're going to heal first, and then we're going to flip out. if I remember correctly. There's a lot of debating on what to do in this stage, because obviously getting to this point is hard enough without anyone dying. So it is all just many, many steps of planning ahead to see, you know, who's gonna do what, who has the most health, who can tank what. Getting, you know, setting up the protection meter is probably the most important thing to do, because he has one more turn of his buff, but he's also gonna ult me next turn. So, delightful news all around. Thankfully, his ult does not hurt nearly as much if he doesn't have his attack boost, which is a lifesaver. So we've swapped in Valentine, we've healed, we're going to burn these orange cards and the ult, because the orange cards are nerfed for like 2 more turns or something. Dark Melon does 7,600 damage, which isn't bad, but for a single target nuke on a level 100 unit, it's not incredible. Alright, yep, and here's his last ult, but he is not buffed anymore. We have enough for the Milim gauge, which is going to help our survivability a lot, but we need to swap someone out here. So I believe I swap out Milim for Milim, just so she doesn't straight up die. And I think we are discussing if that is the best course of action. I obviously don't want to pop the protection Milim yet, because then I'd be swapping out a unit, and then I'd have a unit who's not going to have any kind of guard whatsoever against this damage. So we are just still planning ahead. The surprising thing about this is that we did manage to max out the full blue damage by using Milim and by using Soe by the end of the fight. So an extra 100% damage on the blue cards is not insignificant, and if you can get a good hand, you can do a lot of damage. And then the greens are boosted from Valentine's heal and orb change, or actually just her heal. So we've boosted the blues yet again. We have no points now though, but we did get Dark Milim out of here, and we just have to pray that Soe can tank, because I have no one else to really put in there. So yeah, Soe is looking a little bad. Milim took a third of her health right there. We have a whole hand of Milim, so we're just going to burn that and pray that he does not hit Soe. But instead of that, we bring in Watarimru. He has a little bit more health. He doesn't have the guard though, but we don't have an ult coming. So we are pretty quote-unquote safe for now. A decent amount of damage from Milim right there. The AoE doesn't hit nearly as hard. A full hand of Valentine right here. So, what is the best course of action with 53 skill points? Well, we could heal here, but as we just learned from the last turn, Soe is terribly low. So, it was probably a better idea, and Discord reminded me, is to bring Soe in, use the lower heal, but have a full hand of Soe cards, seeing as he is my strongest attacker, and these blues are buffed almost like by 80% right now. So 5% on that, 55% for there. But we're gonna, with all these cards, we're going to get another Milim gauge and a half, which is great. And we have a 6-card hand, 200% damage on a card that's buffed by 55% already. This hand does so much damage. I'd never had high hopes going into this fight for any run whatsoever. This is the closest that I've ever gotten. We have a Soe ult, and we have another 6-card hand. Like, I cannot tell you the amount of RNG that has blessed me on this run. So, what is the best course of action here? Do I swap out and heal? Probably. Yes, the answer is yes, because we do have another ult coming. Now, we will have the Milim gauge again, which means we will have the guard, and that will help us survive. But the healing is necessary. Buffing the blue cards again is very good, just for damage-wise. Another 6-card with a Soe ult, who is going to do the most damage on this turn. We have a double ult from Milim now. That is incredibly important for the next couple of turns, because Soe is level 92. 11,000, almost 12,000 damage is very good. but it's not overly impressive. But it's still going to be the most damage we get out of this team. So, here comes the ult. Everyone's starting to get real low. Guard crit in there. Double ult for Milim. The hand isn't the best, but we do have a few orb changers here. And if I remember right, I think we do orb change. I think we turn those oranges to greens. Just to get another full hand and an ult. Or okay. Oh, we're doing that. Okay. Well, sorry, my memory is mistaken. Alright, we're gonna bring Watery Maroon to survive. Gonna pop the Milim again just to get the guard on Rimuru now. And to buff the blues again. We're gonna launch the first ult and then send the green cards with their boosted gauge, their boosted damage. I think this does like 6,000 again. Yeah, 6,100. So we are obviously now very, very close. And the cheeky counter just to give me a heart attack right there. And a guard. Because why not? Because go fuck yourself. Okay. Thank God he didn't hit Milim with that follow-up attack because she probably would have died. Even with guard. Something would have happened and he would have crit. And she would have died. And then I would have gotten to this point and I would have cried a little bit. Because I would not have been pleased with just clearing it. I want the 3-star win. So, turn 11. He is so low. He has like 12,000 health or something. We have one ult. We have 2 blues. We have the capacity, though, to change. And I don't think if we have to go another turn that Milim or Soe will live. And we can't heal. So this is for all the marbles right here. And so I spend a lot of time discussing this with the Discord to determine what our course of action should be. Because I know for a fact that 2 cards of any of these and the Milim ult will not kill. We need to have a third attack to follow up, because he has 12,500 health. The Milim ult we know does about 61, so we need to follow up with another 7,000 attack. But the blue card buffed by 95%. We have almost completely maxed out its damage potential. So, we have Soe here, who also, as a side effect on his orb change, increases the blue damage by 5%. We have just enough points. Actually, no, it's Milim that does that, right? I think it is Milim that does that. Boosted by 5%. Oh no, it's the defense and the orb change. Alright, there we go. Milim increases the gauge, so his defense buffs the damage. So. Milim has a 1,300 health left. She cannot take another hit. Just any hit. So it boosts the damage. We have orb change in 3. We have 2 type advantage attacks. It is boosted 100%. This is for all the marbles right here. And we have no choice, we have no other option at this point but to send it and pray. So Milim again. Alright, 1, 2, and 3. 4,000 damage on that final attack. Everyone is very, very low HP. But we have cleared Ifrit with 3 stars. We even got a bronze hammer out of it on top of our gold hammer. This fight is not fun. If you don't have a team that is at least this good, I don't have high hopes for you. Just gonna put that out there. If you have beaten it with a different team that doesn't have Soe and Waterimaru, I want to see it. I want you to tweet it at me. I want you to join my Discord and post it somewhere. I want to see your team that cleared this stage without those 2 units. If you haven't, don't worry about it. Extreme conquests are not totally required. But for now, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you later.